Good morning. It's another fine, glorious, sunny day here in eastern North Carolina. I got my handy rake and a cup of coffee because I just woke up. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Well, not just woke up. I woke up about 7:30, but I had to feed the dog and get dressed and find my coffee mug. All those things that happen in life. Snazzy, huh? And the reason I'm up so early and outside is because currently it's about 72 degrees. But with the sun out today, it feels more like 82. And that's only going to get worse as the day goes on. So the sooner I get started, the better it is. Thankfully, part of the ground that I'm working today is in the shade. And I'll show you that in a second, although the sun is moving seemingly quickly. The ground is quite wet. We had quite a bit of rain yesterday. Unforecasted thunderstorm. But that's what happens apparently down here during the spring/summer. So today I'm going to be putting down some more compost, store-bought compost today. Black cow to be specific, because I'm out of my homegrown compost. I have compost in the works. It's breaking down, but it's not ready yet. And then I'm going to, sorry if you hear any background noises, construction crews. I'm going to start putting wood chips down in the back of the rose garden here, and I'll show you that in a second. Let me put down my coffee mug. So currently I'm standing at the back line of the rose garden, or what will be the back line of the rose garden. Again, if you haven't watched my previous videos, please go back and watch my previous videos on the rose garden. I did planting of the rose garden and then building part 1. This is part 2. Back here, floods. When we get heavy rains, it floods. Once upon a time there was a drainage ditch back there, but the drainage ditch has gotten filled in by nature. Again, heavy clay soil, water sits on top, takes a long time to settle into the ground. So we just had the thunderstorm yesterday, and this is what we're left with. This isn't even the worst. Basically where you are right now, the camera, I've seen water as far as that. My thinking is that I want to start raising this ground up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a couple different ways. One, I'll probably take 1 or 2 of these trees back here, fell them. There's a couple of dead ones back there. Use them as border markers, as it were. So I'll lay it down on the ground, and that'll be the marked edge of the garden, and then I'll start filling in with wood chips. And actually that's what I'll start doing today, is start hauling over some of these wood chips and putting them down. I don't plan on developing this area of the rose garden for quite some time, probably maybe a year, because I like to get the front section done first. So maybe a year. So hopefully that'll give some time for a layer of wood chips to start breaking down. And it'll also start raising up the ground. The wood chips will go down, I'll put some grass on top of it. I'll make almost like a layered compost pile. And then of course all that will improve the soil, and la-di-da, next thing you know I can plant a beautiful tree here or something. That's also why I have this bush right here raised up so high, as it were, because many plants don't like their roots sopping wet for too long a period of time. With him raised up, only the very lowest of roots are right now sopping wet, but the rest of them are relatively dryish, and they'll dry out faster being raised up out of the muck. Why am I still talking? Let's get to work. So as you can see, I've put down some more compost, 4 bags of the black cow, and that works in conjunction obviously with what I've already put down of my homegrown compost. So I saved myself some money there. And if you were wondering, well, are you just putting this stuff on top? Yes, but the earthworms and other critters pull it into the ground, which helps soften it up. That's the plan. And then of course the broad fork adds aeration, again softens up the ground, because the roots for the roses want to go deep, and they're going to want to have good drainage. And again, as I stated before in a previous video, there's several ways to accomplish this. One of them would be to double dig the bed, and that's just insanity to me, and I think it would kill me. I'm doing this where I'm putting down the nutrients, I'm broad forking, or I started off with the pitchfork, does the same effect, but broad forking it, which again starts loosening everything up, and everything is getting looser. And the ground where I put down the first group of compost has already, I mean, the grass is growing quite tall, quite vigorously. And that's again probably because I know it's because of the goodness of the rotting organic material that's on top. All that's getting into the ground, and the grass is going, woohoo, party time. So this is just the one step. I'll let this sit for a few days. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up with weed cloth. I don't really like weed cloth for various purposes and reasons, but in this case I think it's going to be the easiest. And what that's going to do, hopefully, is kill off all the grass, so I don't have to worry about mowing it, or tilling it, or covering it with cardboard. I'll just put down the weed cloth. It'll kill off the grass in 2 to 3 weeks, especially with this sun. And then we'll start structuring out the bed, filling it with some more goodness, and planting, which will be quite exciting because my 5 David Austin roses really need a home. And I want to get them in the ground and let them start getting the roots established well before the fall and the winter, even though that's 5 months away. Okay, I think that's about it for today. It's getting quite toasty, and I think it's about, well, let's look. It's currently 9:13 in the morning, and temperature is 75, which may not seem like a lot, but that sun is something. I feel like an ant underneath a magnifying glass. Pretty brutal. I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit more work off camera, but you sort of get the point of what I'm doing here. So the layer of wood chips that I'm putting down, it's about, I don't know, 1 to 2 inches thick. Now, I could go higher, I could do more, but the point of the wood chips is just to start using up those wood chips, because I have a massive pile of wood chips. And in August, I'm going to have another massive pile of wood chips because I'm getting more trees removed. But it's to start getting rid of those wood chips, to start raising the ground. This is just a start. I'm not going to raise the ground a foot, but maybe 6 inches, maybe. So we'll have to see how that works out in the end, but that's the start. I did the compost up front, and I'll let that, like I said, sit for another few days. I believe we're supposed to get more rain soon. Let's just check the forecast. Actually, the weatherman lied. It's supposed to be sunny the rest of the week. I don't think I'm going to make my goal of end of June, but perhaps beginning of July. We'll see. We'll see. And yeah, it'll be hot. And yeah, the plants aren't going to like the shock of being transplanted at that time. But again, I want them to get into the ground sooner than later, and I want them to start getting established the sooner the later. If that means the rose stops producing flowers, so be it. If it means it becomes slightly more vulnerable to insects or fungus or mold, so be it. I'm gonna take that chance, so I can start getting in the ground, so I can start building out the rose garden, so the plants can get established. That about wraps it up for today. It's getting hot. I still have a few more things I want to do before I crawl back into the air conditioning. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? Subscribe to the channel. You get to follow along with the progress of how the garden is coming. Click the bell icon to be notified when I do post up a video so you don't miss anything. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm, even if you're subscribed, doesn't show you, hey, he's posted up a new video. So you have to hit that bell icon, and then you get a reminder. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't follow me on Instagram, give it a follow on Instagram. I'll post that link someplace around here on the screen. And hey, one more thing. Like to support the channel, you can buy yourself a snazzy gray and green finger hand logo print stainless steel tumbler. You can help support the channel. Maybe your purchase will help buy a packet of seeds, maybe a plant, something that'll go out here in the garden. Thank you all the new subscribers. Please tell your friends, family, loved ones, grumpy old guy across the street. Share this video on all your social media. I'm pretty sure that's about it for now. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.